Over 500 years ago, a Renaissance genius and apprentice of Leonardo da Vinci decided to paint a biblical scene with incredible precision and beauty. This painting, called The Supper at Emmaus by Jacopo Pontormo, at first glance, appears to be simply a representation of a New Testament episode. However, within it, we discover an intriguing and enigmatic element, the Eye of Providence placed right above Jesus. This symbol, which many today associate with Freemasonry and conspiracy theories, makes its first appearance in the history of art in this painting. An eye within a triangle, radiating light, looking down from above, a detail that has puzzled many historians and viewers over the centuries. Over time, this symbol has been adopted and reinterpreted, creating an aura of mystery and distrust around it. From being an emblem of secret societies to becoming the center of various conspiracy theories, the Eye of Providence has come a long way since its appearance in the Renaissance. But what does this symbol really mean? Why did Pontormo decide to include it in his work? And most importantly, how has it come to be misunderstood and distorted from its original meaning? In this video, I will attempt to show you the true meaning of the Eye of Providence in this painting and explore its significance in the context of the Renaissance and how Pontormo used this symbol to convey a deeper message. Join me to uncover the truth behind this iconic and enigmatic eye. Let's begin. To understand the evolution of the Eye of Providence, it is important to briefly talk about the famous Illuminati. Founded in 1776 in Bavaria, Germany, the Illuminati were a secret group that sought to promote reason and combat superstition. Although their existence was brief, the mysticism surrounding this society has endured over the centuries. Over time, the Eye of Providence became closely associated with this group, fueling numerous conspiracy theories. This symbol, which initially had spiritual and religious connotations, was reinterpreted as an emblem of control and surveillance by secret societies. One of the most famous representations of the Eye of Providence today is found on the reverse side of the US $1 bill. This symbol appears atop an unfinished pyramid, radiating light, with the inscription Annuit Coeptis, which means he approves of our undertakings. But why is this symbol on the currency of a modern country? The answer might lie in the Christian roots of the founding fathers of the United States. These men, influenced by their faith and Enlightenment ideals, saw the Eye of Providence as a representation of divine guidance and protection over the nation. For them, this symbol had nothing to do with conspiracy theories, but rather with the belief that God was watching over and guiding their efforts. It is crucial to understand this context to demystify the modern connotations of the Eye of Providence. Instead of an emblem of conspiracy, it was originally a symbol of faith and divine vigilance, reflecting the belief that a higher power supervised and blessed their actions. Now, with this clearer understanding of how the Eye of Providence has been interpreted and reinterpreted over time, we can return to Pontormo's work and explore how this symbol fits into the context of the Renaissance and the message the artist wanted to convey. Before we continue with the analysis, I'd like to take a moment to talk to you about something special. If you love classical art, I invite you to visit our catalogue. On our website, you'll find a selection of historical paintings chosen by me, available as canvas prints, fine art prints, or even phone cases. Each piece is selected and created with great attention to detail, ensuring that every one of you receives a work of art that you can appreciate and enjoy for years to come. In less than 2 months, we have already created a community of over 10,000 people who share a love for art, and hundreds of customers have purchased from our store and taken the time to write to me or send photos. Thanks to you, videos like this one are possible. So, if you haven't made a purchase yet, I invite you to visit our catalogue on the website once you finish watching this video and place your order. Shipping is free worldwide. The link will be in the description. Now, let's continue. The Renaissance was a period of cultural and artistic revival that spread across Europe from the 14th to the 17th century. This movement was characterized by a renewed interest in the art, science, and literature of classical antiquity, as well as a profound religious influence. Renaissance artists sought to depict religious themes with unprecedented precision and realism, integrating symbols and elements that reflected their beliefs and the spiritual context of the time. Jacopo Carucci, known as Pontormo after his hometown, trained in Florence in the workshops of Piero di Cosimo and Mariotto Albertinelli before joining Andrea del Sarto, where he worked alongside Rosso Fiorentino. From his early works, influenced by his master's moderate classicism and his deep reflection on the models of Michelangelo, Pontormo developed a vibrant and restless style based on new psychological and compositional tension, and a northern incisiveness derived particularly from the Prince of Duro. In 1523, Jacopo took refuge in the Galluzzo Charterhouse to escape the plague that was ravaging Florence. There, he dedicated himself to painting the cycle of frescoes with the stories of the Passion on the lunettes of the main cloister. Once he completed the cycle, the monks of the Charterhouse commissioned him to paint this large panel for the guest quarters. The painting depicts the appearance of Christ to the apostles, as related in the Gospel of Luke 24:13-35. After his resurrection, Jesus, dressed as a traveler, meets two of his disciples on the road to Emmaus, a small village near Jerusalem, but they do not recognize him until dinner time, when he takes the bread, blesses it, breaks it, and distributes it to those at the table. Pontormo's painting is inspired by the engraving of the same subject in Dürer's Small Passion series. The composition is centered around the figure of Christ, depicted as he breaks the bread. His sudden revelation to the disciples, who recognize him by this gesture, is emphasized by the beam of light illuminating his face. The table is portrayed with a few simple, highly realistic elements: a metal jug, clear glasses, a dog, and cats hiding underneath, waiting for leftovers. The monks of the Charterhouse emerge from the darkness in the background, called to witness the sacred episode. Among these figures, the piercing portrait of Leonardo Bonafede stands out, identified as the monk standing on Christ's right-hand side. At the top of the painting, we see the Eye of Providence, a symbol of God the Father within a triangle. But why did Pontormo decide to include this symbol in his work? The reality is that this detail was added after Pontormo's death to conceal the original three-faced representation of the Trinity, which had been prohibited by the Counter-Reformation. This suggests that the inclusion of the Eye of Providence was a reinterpretation made by later artists or restorers seeking to add an additional level of spiritual significance to the work. In conclusion, we could say that this symbol has been misunderstood over time, given a very different meaning than it had at the time of its creation. In Supper at Emmaus, this symbol, far from having conspiratorial connotations, is a declaration of the presence of God in this painting. I would love to know if you are already familiar with this painting and if you think this symbol could have any other meanings. I'll be reading your opinions in the comments. And that brings us to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching all the way through. I would appreciate it if you could leave a like, if you found this video interesting, and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Don't forget to visit inspiraggio.com to purchase your favorite painting, and follow me on social media where I'll be posting more art related content. See you in the next video. Bye.